Dedicated to the great outdoors, it's Southern Woods and Waters with Hugh McNaughton. Southern Woods and Waters is brought to you by Gander Mountain, Greenform Construction, the Burns Insurance Group, Cunningham Buick GMC, Nashville Marine, America's Motorsports, and now here's Hugh.
All right, welcome everybody. This Thursday night's edition of. Wait a minute, don't say, because I'm Hugh McNaughton.
I'm Brandon Dowdy.
And we are
Southern Woods and Waters.
Yes, sir, every day. We just love it. Man, have we got a great show for you lined up tonight. We're going to bring up a very controversial issue.
We've had a lot of people calling us lately.
Dude, I may not be liked by a few people after tonight, but we got some new friends of ours that we met when we went down to Huntsville.
Very excited to have them here tonight. So,
and we're going to be showing this product that they make and they manufacture right there in Mississippi. So it's good old Southern boys and gals down there in Mississippi on a totally USA made product.
100%.
100%. Even the screws come from United States.
It's hard to find these days.
You can't
find
hardly
just
find
something
them.
that's made right here, and people that you can just sit here and talk to. Here they are. Here's the guys that make the product.
That's right.
You know.
Well, Brandon, introduce our guests to us because you're right next to them.
We have with us tonight, we have Harold Knight and his son Matthew. It's great to have you guys on tonight. And these guys are from Douglas Feeders out of what part of Mississippi?
The big city of Booneville, Mississippi. We're just north of Tupelo, about 30 miles. Most people are familiar with that.
Oh, yeah. We know where Tupelo is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all right. Now Douglas Feeders, you manufacture.
Yes.
It's totally your baby. I
Yes,
understand you have spent countless hours putting this thing together.
Many hours.
And I'm going to tell you, when we first saw this in Huntsville at the, it was a deer show.
Tennessee
hunting show.
Valley. The Tennessee Valley
Hunting Show.
Yes, sir.
Number one product that I liked in the entire show, the most innovative, the one that impressed me the most, and believe you me, I've seen my fair share of hunting products, but it impressed me the most, and we're going to talk about that. But tell us, did you just see a need, Harold?
I did. I seen that I was running away more game with the loud feeders and the gravity feeders. We were feeding everything in the woods, and so that's why when I was putting this together, I said we got to get our feeding under control. And I said if we can do that, and then the deer's going to have the food that they need at the time they need it. And that's why that I designed this, and I knew that something had to give somewhere, and that's why we came up with this one.
Well, I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, from the very beginning, when I saw this and I heard it go off, barely. It was just like, there's what? And I went, there's just, you couldn't hear it. You could hear the corn hitting the corn that was in the net, but that was about all you could hear. I immediately said, I gotta go get Brandon. So we got Brandon.
He came right over and got me.
And you were impressed.
I was. Just the fact that the way that it operates and it's so silent. I mean, like you said, you literally could hear the kernels landing on top of the kernels when they sing it. There's no big, and slinging corn all over the place. It was just, there it was, and it was. But not only that, the construction of it is what sold me too. Was just the fact that it's built to last. It's not something you're going to put out there and it's going to tear up next year.
And let's ask Matthew. Matthew, you're the son.
Yes.
So first off, this is going to be your baby one day running with it. So the other thing that impressed me greatly was that this thing holds the same amount as a 50-gallon drum.
Yes, sir.
It will last 111 days once you fill it up, or up to 111 days. It puts out a half a gallon of corn or feed or whatever, alfalfa, whatever the case may be, but it puts out a half a gallon. So you're not constantly going in there and filling this thing up all the time during prime seasons and spooking your big boys to doing nocturnal things. You're in there one time and it can last a good part of the season.
Yes, sir. Get the just basically leave your area untouched. And with the use of cellular cameras nowadays, I mean, it's basically a sanctuary.
See, that's what I like about it. That's just another, to me, Brandon, just another tool that I can use in my arsenal to get that big deer or be able to pattern that big deer, whichever it may be, a buck or doe. But I can pattern them a little bit better using this.
Yeah, and you can keep up with, like you were saying too, with these cellular cameras now. You get a sanctuary area that you're not going to go into, you're not going to hunt it. Set one of these cellular cameras up on it. You can kind of keep an inventory, what's still around, what's hanging around. You might not be hunting in there, but you know that he's in there, meaning he could be over here in the morning. Right, and you don't, that going in and out, you know, whether you're doing it in the summer, during the season, whenever it is, you want to keep that to a minimum. You know, you don't want to, when you're trying to hunt a mature deer especially, you know, leave him alone and just let him do his thing.
And I like what Harold said. Harold said he was tired of scaring them off, and you get some of these feeders,
I've seen it.
Sounds like a turban turning on.
And we've all had pictures at some point of deer jumping at that
jumping.
because I know I've had several over the years where they'll go off and
They're gone.
Yeah.
And if you hit him at the right time, he could be gone for good.
Well, yeah, he don't know that was the feeder that made that sound all of us. He don't know what it was. He just knows something scared him to death, and they don't take too kindly to that.
No, I'm telling you. What I love is the name you gave it, Harold.
Oh, well,
It's a manna feeder.
yes, sir.
And manna is biblically based,
Yes, sir.
where God sent manna from heaven. You highly recommend putting this up a tree
Yes, sir.
and just let it rain down whatever you're feeding them, whether it be corn or alfalfa, whatever, pellets or something. But it's the manna from heaven coming down, and they don't know any better than that. And that's what I like about it. It's quiet. It's able to do that. You can keep the deer in the area. Is that generally what gave you the idea?
Well, what really gave me the idea for the name was that deer don't know that feeder's there because it's not making any racket, and I'm not having to train it. So a lot of people tried to train their deer to come to the loud feeders, and I'm not a good trainer. So I said I'm going to catch them at their natural stage, which is pattern. You pattern your deer. That's what I've always known. You pattern your deer, and that's what you hunt. And so on this particular one, I put it up a tree. All that deer knows, he comes by on time, and it's there. And there's the food on them, and they're not scared of it. And because it's not making any racket. And that's what gave me the idea to name it after the manna, because biblically speaking, that's what the children of Israel knew.
That's
and if you
exactly
don't mind me saying it, is
Absolutely.
that in the mornings, they'd get out of their tents and the food was on the ground. That's all they knew.
It's all there
And
for
so
them.
I feel like that would be an appropriate name.
All right. Well, we got to take another break here coming up shortly, but you want to tell them about Facebook?
Well, we just want to remind everybody to keep up with us. A lot of people are joining up with us on Facebook now. It seems like every day. Keep up with us there. We try to keep a lot of information on there for everybody. And
I think we're going to get some messages after tonight.
I believe so. We've gotten a bunch of them already. So, but your pictures, you know, we want to remind everybody, keep those pictures coming. We've got some good ones tonight from Facebook, so keep those coming in every week. But come on and follow us, and we'll keep you up to date on everything we can.
That's exactly right. Just check us out at Southern Woods and Waters on your Facebook. And go check out our website also, southernwoodsandwaters.com. We'd love to hear from you, see some pictures that way too. Hey, we're going to take a quick break, do some more of our inventory here and show off some of our other sponsors, but we'll be right back with more Southern Woods and Waters.